Alright, so I don't think anybody's watching yet. We'll see if we get an audience. But for the recording's sake, we're just going to press on. We are level 10 on the Slayer, building up a tank build the best we can. I haven't spent any ability points yet. And just trying to get through this class so I could do the engineer class and then test out, not test out, rather do a stream for all classes. A little commentary on all classes. Just checking real quick to see if I can find a jewelry boss up. Nope. So we will press on. No problem, Luke. It was just 1 through 10 of a Slayer. You've seen it a zillion times. Hey, Aaron. Yeah, so it was just levels 1 through 10 of a Slayer. I'm going tank mode. Gonna do this class. Then I've got that engineer powder spec to do. And then what I'd like to do, Luke, is a stream. Have you and Don the accountant, I've named him, on as guest, and we'll go through all the classes. I'll be able to bring them all up one by one, all the classes, all the different specs, go through the skill trees, and then just do some commentary on them. What we like about them, what we don't, what we know are bugs, and what we kind of suspect is going to happen with them in the future. That way, for people who don't have, as I was saying yesterday, time to watch, however many hours of content I must have out there on this game now, probably 40 plus. They don't have to feel like they have to watch all of that. They can just watch. They can feel free to watch all of that, but they could just watch that one stream and get at least a good sense of every class. Maybe it'd be an hour long, a couple hours long. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm not paying attention. Ugh, that was a quick death. You gotta. That's like his mafia name, right? He's Don the accountant. He's the numbers guy. He definitely is doing some number crunching. That was a really poor death right there. Just not paying attention at all to start the day. That's all right. You guys can stop following me anytime now. Oh man. All right. Dispatch this one. Drink some juice, ale, whatever this drink is supposed to be. All right, Doom Bar. Empty, please. Boy, that just takes so long. There we go. Get some hit points back. Huh. Should be able to. What were you playing Skyrim on your device, or is that you playing on like Xbox or something? Awesome, Jason. Welcome. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I figure why the heck not? I'm playing anyway. Might as well stream it. Gives me something to do while I'm grinding away. There's no way I would have done almost all the classes up to 15 if I wasn't streaming. So it's given me some good knowledge of all the classes. So I've definitely benefited as well. So why do you have to stop Skyrim? Why don't you just keep playing Skyrim and put this up on your phone or tablet or something? Gotta wait for Doom to wear off here. So I think my plan, I think, with this guy is to save up for this. So I'm going to increase Doom's absorption. You get 3% for the base level, 6%, 9%, 12%, 16%, 21%. So another 21% to Doom absorption. So that gets it up to 31%. Still don't know what this means. Probably won't figure that out until maybe next patch or maybe after that. Is that a tough mode, survival mode? Is that like, what is that? Like if you die, that's it? Your character's dead for good? Because if so, that's some hardcore stuff right there. I guess I don't have, let me reroute my audio here for gameplay audio. Give it a little ambiance. When I'm not talking, at least you can hear something. Nice, Jason. Do you remember what server you played on in EQ? Be interesting to get into the forest to see if the way they've designed that, if it'll bring back any feelings of EQ-ish. You know, if it's completely open and you can just roam around anywhere you want, roam into some higher level stuff that's going to kill you instantly, or if it's you know, kind of closed off and you kind of have to follow a path. I'm really hoping it's an open world, and I'm hoping it's a big zone, man. You got to have big zones, especially in a game like this where, you know, you're exploring it and you want to feel that danger level, you want to feel that sense of discovery as you're exploring. Got to have the zone. It's got to be big. I figure if they could make these, if they could make the zones as big as they were back in the EQ days, you know, back in 1999 with dial-up, and I think I started playing that game on dial-up. They sure should be able to do it nowadays. Oh, the what was that? What was that called? The EQ on the PlayStation. I played the beta, but I never did buy it and play it because I was too into the main EQ. I'm trying to remember what that was called. Let's get encumbered here. I mean, they were rough, but I mean, I probably played EQ on dial-up for the first 2 years. I mean, that's really, when I was in Florida in the military, it was all dial-up. I didn't get DSL for the first time until I moved back home to New York. It's probably one of the first people in the area that got dial-up, or not dial-up, DSL, because I was basically calling the phone company every week. Steven, yes, No. EverQuest Next, Don, was going to be the sequel to EverQuest that ended up. Well, there was EverQuest 2, and then there was years later they came out with. They started talk about EverQuest Next, and it was going to be the original team making a new EverQuest. It ended up getting canceled, but now a lot of that team is making the game. What is it? Pantheon. Rise of the Fallen. So that's a PC game to look out for. I'm just let's see, EverQuest. EverQuest Online Adventures was the PlayStation game. No, Steve, I'm not playing on a tablet. I am playing on an emulator for Android. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty exciting at the time when that came out. No, there wasn't really very many online games for consoles like that. I don't know how successful it was, to be honest. But I played in the beta, and it was pretty fun. Yeah, I do love talking about the old EQ days. Evercrack, as we called it back then. At least nowadays, you go into an MMO and you know you're going to be addicted to it, and you know that you are addicted to it. Back then, I don't even know that we realized how many hours we were playing in that game. And one of the things they had in that game was like a slash, I don't remember what it was called, like slash time or slash login time or something command that would tell you how many hours you would put in on that character. And sometimes the number that came back was a scary number. What is this vendor? Is he food? Equipment shop. Low level equipment guy. Let's see if he's got anything for me. Magic resist. That's not really worth it. Oh, the rubber banding in UO was real. You know, where you would run for a while, and the next thing you know, the game would basically catch up to your lag or your latency, and it would shoot you back a bunch. That plagued a lot of early games with bad server code. Anarchy Online. Now, did anybody play Anarchy Online? That was an MMO that was more like futuristic based. But it was the first MMO that I can remember that introduced the idea of instance dungeons and randomized dungeons. So you would zone in and it would be different every time. Yeah, I'm the same, Jason. I mean, again, that's why. Jason, did you try Celtic Heroes at all? Very similar gameplay to this. Very similar gameplay to EverQuest. The big difference is the danger level. Like, you just... You know, I mean, you remember EverQuest. Like, you actually had... let me see. I want to make sure... Yeah, okay, I wanted to make sure which window that popped up on. I am running a i7 9750 CPU, 2.6 gigahertz, but right now it's turbo speeded up to 3.8. That's 6 cores, 12 logical processors. It's a laptop, but it's got a it's got an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1660 Ti card in it. I think 16 gigs of RAM. So not the beefiest laptop in the world, but it's it's running this fine, and I actually have run the game with 2 instances running at once. No issues there either. Only problem right now is my my fan is going bad. And so my fan sometimes when the game starts going is super duper loud. And what kind of phrase is that, super duper? But yeah, it's super loud. I've got to take it apart and probably replace the fan at some point. And then I stream from another computer, so that's not taking any processing power, which helps. I feel like leveling is definitely starting to slow down, mostly because, you know, I haven't put any points into, well, 2 reasons. One, I haven't had really a good weapon upgrade in a while. I think I'm using a level 5 weapon. And second reason would be I haven't put any stats and any kind of damage, any ability points and any damage skills. Hey, Sean. Really wish that skill was an AoE. Or a stun would be nice as well. Alright. We don't need this guy. To switch back to my axe pretty soon. What I probably should do is head to the auction house. Let's see how much gold I have. Maybe at level 12 I'll head to the auction house real quick, see if there's any. We've got almost 2 gold. Might be able to buy something. Probably repair first, so I don't spend all my money and then have nothing left to repair. Alright, how many of those things do I have left? Chop Chop. Which one is Chop Chop? Is that this one? Look it up. Chop Chop. Chop Chop? You like Chop Chop? I don't know. Maybe it goes up with better weapons. I'm not impressed with it right now. I do need to make sure I've got Bugman's on when I'm using it. Could Doom affect the pot hit point difference? I don't think so. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I'm getting 360. Aren't those normally? I actually thought pots gave you 400 for that level pot. Oh, I see. Don said that. Yeah, I wonder if that's a bug. That seems buggish. I wonder if my Doom. You know what? And I think prior to Doom, I could log on my other Slayer and pop a pot, or if somebody else wants to pop a Slayer on that doesn't have Doom, like a level 1 Slayer. Yeah, I believe I had 400 coming into my my health from pots earlier and before I got Doom. So that's a good observation, and that could be a bug that we need to report. Normally they're 400, yeah. I'll report that as a bug if it hasn't already been. Nemo, welcome. You don't buy them; they just drop. Starting, at the earlier zones, they drop the low level pots. These small ones here. We found these like 8 to 9 level mobs tend to drop them the most often. Then you get a little bit past these to some higher level stuff. 10 and up, they start to drop medium. But yeah, you can buy them in the auction house from other players selling them, but you cannot buy them from the vendor right now. What you can buy from the vendor is food, but food you have to sit and not be in combat and not be moving to use it. It's not quite as good as pots. Shaman Jason in WoW. So Warrior Priest is healer is decent. It's been said by the devs they really kind of gain their power later on in the game. They're decent in the first 15 levels, but their heal is a little weak compared to the Archmage for single target, but later on they start to get some AoE heals. They've got a cool aura that gives like a lifesteal heal to everybody in the party, which is cool. So that means basically while that's on, every hit that somebody does is not only doing damage, but it's also healing them, which is really cool. If you like the shaman, with the concept of dropping totems and stuff in WoW, the engineer with their turrets might be worth a look for you. They're not healers by any means like the shaman, but they got their turrets, which are kind of like the totems that I think they were called totems that shamans used to drop. Yeah, I think Warrior Priest, I think, is going to be a pretty... honestly, I think all the classes are going to be well represented. I think they did a great job of balancing the different play styles, giving everybody an option. Once they do a little bit of balancing, which they're supposed to be working on now, I don't know. I don't think one will be really that standoutish from others. But we'll have to wait and see. On this class, normal. So on this class, I'm going the tank spec. Let me make sure I don't die here. So I went down the Troll Slayer. I should be using a two-handed hammer, but I don't, or not hammer, axe, but I don't have a good one. And I don't have any skills that require it, so right now I'm just using the two axes because they're a little bit higher DPS. But yeah, I've gone down the tank spec because I've already played the other path with the Slayer. I'm going to be coming out with a video. I have one more class and path to level, and that is the Engineer Powder Spec. I know I've mentioned it, but for newer people that are listening, I've got to level that one, and then me and probably Don and Luke are going to do a stream where I'll pull out all those characters, and we will go through all the paths, talk about each one a little bit, show a little gameplay footage of each one, and yeah, again, and take some Q&A on each one. I might want to wait until we do that. Video I was just talking about, Nominal, because then in an hour, 2 hours, however long it takes us, you'll be able to watch, and we're going to go through every class and kind of give our experience. Both, so Luke has leveled pretty much every class. I think, Luke, you can tell me if you've missed some, but leveled a lot of different characters, some classes and passed twice. Don's done quite a few, and then Don's also done some number crunching on the side where he's really kind of evaluated different stats. So it should be a good stream, and I think I'm going to try and plan it out with those guys so we can actually schedule it and put it on Discord, and hopefully get some decent numbers of people watching if they know that's what we're going to do on a certain day and time. Not all specs, Luke, yeah. I definitely didn't think that I would get to all specs when I started, but I didn't think that it'd be this long in soft launch before they went to a new update. So I'm hoping to get that last class done, and maybe this weekend, so we can schedule some time for that overall class description stream. And then what I might do is spend some time breaking those all up into their own little videos. That way, if somebody's just got an interest in the Slayer, they can watch that video if that's 20 minutes long or something. So I imagine there'll be a lot of interest in that kind of stuff once the game comes out. But people aren't going to want to watch, 2 or 3 hours worth of video when they can start playing the game. So I got to cut it up. Yeah, I'm not sure how valid kiting's going to be in this game, because even though the few classes that have a snare, like the Shadow Warrior with the bow, it's not a long snare, and the cooldowns are way longer than the recast. So I don't know. I mean, the only person that I could see having the ability to kite would be an engineer who gets a snare totem, but you'd have to use the rifle, because normally he would be running in. But other classes, I think the cooldowns are too long to effectively kite. Powdersmith can kite with an offense turret. Yeah, see, I don't know enough about Powdersmith yet. That's why I've got to play it. When do they get a snare? At what level? The Powdersmith. And how long does it last, Hit level 12, then we're going to hit the auction house. See what we can find. Hey, if anybody on the stream's got a character and they've got some epic weapons or some legendary weapons you want to throw my way for the Slayer, happy to take them off your hands. At level 12, I believe I get a believe I get a skill that will use my Doom, which is good. Ah, I see. Yeah. Yeah, well, I find. Yeah, I mean, I find your gun turret actually takes aggro pretty good. See, I'm going through the heal potions pretty quick, but because I'm in this particular area, I'm getting them back kind of just as quick. And I don't if Bugman's wasn't bugged and I could use it in combat, I don't think I'd be using nearly as many heal potions. See if I can skip some of these mobs. But this is another reason why kiting can be tough. I mean, I don't know how the rest of the game is, but mobs are packed in pretty tight here, and they respawn quick. So, and things are they just die so quick. When I think of kiting, I mean, I can remember an EverQuest. So, I played a. This is for Jason and Aaron who might understand. So. Butcher Block, I believe, was the zone that the dwarves came from, if I'm not mistaken. And there was dwarf guards there, and I had a wizard character, and wizards had root. I couldn't kite, but they had root. And I found that because I had root, I was able to kill them. Because if they hit you, you died instantly. It didn't matter, you'd have to get to level 50 and beyond to take on those guards. But I was able to kill them over, a period of probably 10 minutes. But they gave such good experience, and they dropped an axe every single time that they carried. And it sold at the vendor for something like a gold or something. And at the time, there was nothing else like it. It might have been like 10 gold. And so I ended up with like thousands of platinum in my bank. And soon after that, I started to sell that platinum on eBay. And then played EverQuest for the next 3 years as my job. All because I found with my wizard I could root them and just kill them. And I kind of had that to myself for probably 6 months. And then, a couple people saw me doing it. I found like a guard that was way away from everybody, and if somebody came up, I would stop doing it. It wasn't illegal what I was doing, but I didn't want anybody to see it. And then everybody started to do it. And then the creators of the game realized, oh, maybe we made a mistake with how valuable that axe is. And they nerfed it, and then all of a sudden it only sold for like a silver or something. Oh. First crash. Not uncommon for people watching my stream. Definitely, I think, is BlueStacks related. Let's me catch up on chat, though. Yeah, I agree with Don. First 15 levels, not enough to go by. I can't. Can you imagine trying to judge a character in Celtic Heroes on the first 15 levels? It would make no sense. Yep, Luke, that's the classical MMO right there, is knowing about aggro range, exactly where the mobs are going to path to, and being in the right place. There's still people in Celtic Heroes that don't get that, man. You see them die all the time because they got like 6 mobs around them. And I just have to tell them, hey, if you stand in this spot right here, 3 of those can't touch you. They're gonna leash. But again, I know I talked about it in another stream. With EverQuest, there was no such thing as leashing. If you were in the zone and you aggroed a mob, that mob was going to follow you until you died or got out of the zone. And that made the game fun. Jason and Aaron, do you guys remember, trains being in Lower Gook? So here's a funny story. So there was a castle with a bunch of undead in it. I'm trying to remember what it was called. See if I can find EverQuest zones. Let's see, EverQuest zones. Old World. A State of Unrest. I think it was. See if I can get some pictures. Yeah, so let me log this guy in while he's loading. So in EverQuest, State of Unrest had all these different, but I believe it was this guy right here. It might not have been this guy, I don't remember, but one of the guys would charm you and bring you down, and then once you became uncharmed, all the mobs would kill you at the bottom of this castle. And so what would happen is higher levels would go down into the lower depths, and they'd be going down to kill this guy. I don't think it was this guy that charmed you, but they'd be going down to kill this guy. Oh, I'm getting attacked here. And if things went bad, they'd start running up to the zone to zone out so they didn't die down there. And anybody in their path fighting all the lower level stuff, once those people zoned out, on their way back to their spawn points, would kill everybody in sight. And the one mob that would charm you would bring you back down to the bottom of the pit with them. And as soon as that charm wore off, they'd all gang up on you and kill you and leave your body down there. And of course, with EverQuest, that meant all your gear was on your body. And the only way, there's two ways to get it. Get down there yourself and get it, or pay or get a high level that you knew to go down there to get it and drag it to the zone. There was a /drag command you could put on a macro key, and somebody could drag your corpse back to you and you could loot it. But yeah, it was brutal, man. You'd hear someone yelling train or see the high levels coming, and you better zone out because you don't want to end up at the bottom of that place. Yeah, Luke, there's a lot of MMO players that they don't get the game mechanics because they've never played a game that had consequences if you died. You play a game like EverQuest, and there's consequences if you die, so you learn how to be careful. In most games, the techniques you would learn in a game like EverQuest, like pulling with aggro range and positioning, they all they play well in any other classic MMO. They don't play well in anything like a slasher type MMO, some of the newer stuff. I'm gonna jump over. I got that level 12. I'm gonna jump over to the auction house real quick, see if I can find anything. Don, that's a good question. I don't remember if that was a thing. It might have been a thing early on. Now, Shadow Warriors were a class that came later in one of the later expansions. Necros were one of the opening classes. Nominal, yeah. I mean, I'm probably going to play with all the same players from Dawn. I think we're going to call it something different in this game, but Dawn is our clan in Celtic Heroes, so we're probably going to play together. Yeah, I don't know, Aaron. I didn't play UO long enough to know. I mean, I know with EQ, you spent so long getting your good gear in later levels that the mere thought of losing that gear, because eventually your corpse would disappear if you left it for too long of a time. Sometimes you get a good GM who would help you. I don't know why I'm at the bank. You get a good GM that would help you, but other times they wouldn't help you, and you had to really get players to help you. You can talk to Sean if he's still on. Sean R. He's kind of in charge of. Yeah, so there's Sean. He can give you some info. I think we've got a post in the regiment chat on Discord, don't we? Alright, let's see what we can find here, folks. Hopefully, get a weapon for a Slayer. Okay. Does this sort by... main hand, sort by quality. No legendaries. Level 7. Oh, that'll work. Probably buy that. What's this one? Level 13. Buy, well, that one's, oh yeah. That's a great axe. That is a great axe. Great axe. Is that the two-hander? Battle axe of La Clarity. Is that a two-hander? They are not clear what's a two-hander and what's a not a two-hander. I don't like that. Let me just check the names of what I have here. Slayer axe. Great axe. Great axe. Yep. Okay. So there's a couple options there. We're probably going to buy them both. Never hurts to have a couple of different axes for when one of them breaks. So main hands, sort by quality. I mean, this one's only 80 silver. I can use it right now. Confirm. Maybe I won't buy that one. Let me see what they've got for armors. Armors, Slayer, quality. Trying to see if I can sort by the cheapest buyout, but it doesn't seem like you can. Highest bid. Quality. Let's go min level 10. Nothing. Min level... Well, I don't want a max level. I want max level 15. Nothing. Really? I feel like this... Yeah, this has got to be broken, right? The level? I mean... Boy, a lot of this stuff is kind of garbage. Lower armor, it's got some other stats, but all the armor is kind of crappish compared to this level 3 stuff I'm wearing. Man. Can't be a tank with no armor. Anyway, whole goal of this trip was to get a better weapon, so we're going to equip that, then we'll go repair, and then we're going to get back to grinding, but the grinding should be... Oh, I don't have it here. I have it in my Mailbox. Should be a lot faster with this weapon upgrade. I will take. Yes, I will equip that. Yes, we will. Come level this stuff up. So we're getting Thrive in Battle. Damage 338 to 338. I like that. Always going to hit hard. Doom and 1 Rage. So I have to have a Rage and I have to have some Doom. And it's going to remove 15% of my Doom. 40-second cooldown. I like the idea of later in the game reducing this cooldown. 5 seconds, 9 seconds, 14 seconds, 20 seconds. Getting it down to a 20-second cooldown. So every 20 seconds you're getting rid of 15% of your Rage. But part of it's going to depend on what other skills use Rage later on. Let's learn that bad boy. Assign it. Alright. Now we're looking more like... Boy, that thing seems huge. Are all battle axes that big? That thing is bigger than me. Really excited for... I don't know where I'm going. Really excited for the next patch. Seeing how much of these small little bugs that they fix. What'd you guys think of that Discord post today? Let me see if I can find it, and I'll bring it up on the screen. I think somebody put it in banned. So, Definitus gave a couple of clues. So give me a second. I'm bringing up the screenshots here. Oh, why is my computer being dumb and not letting me... There we go. Can I zoom in on this band thing? Nope. So he says it's gonna get a lot harder to camp soon, and he's got a picture of like a magic wand and then a clock, magic wand, and then what looks like maybe a cloud or wind, and a wand at the end. So I don't know, sometimes people are good at those kind of puzzles, what that means. Yeah, it could be the vendor timer going away. Going away like the wind, I'm not sure. That was one. Bring up the other one here. Here's the other. Question mark. What looks like a witch hunter and then up. Witch hunter getting buffed? I don't know. Did they need a buff? I'm not sure. Ah, that could be. But it said something about the... He said something about the vendor, though, right? So I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that they felt like the Witch Hunter needed buffed. I felt like he was not bad, and I felt like we needed to see what they were like with Mark at later levels. So... Think so? Too squishy? Could be. I don't really remember. And again, I played it with potions and with getting all the level 3 armor. Now that I think about it, that's another class that I didn't play is a witch hunter with a hand bow. But their playstyle doesn't seem like it's that much different, so I don't even know if it's worth it. But I definitely did not level one of those. Check the docks. Some jewelry on this guy, maybe. Oh, Circle of Death. If that thing doesn't pause in another 10-15 seconds, that means we're going to have to restart. Best thing about the Witch Hunter was the pistol. Like, just, and same with the Engineer. Just firing that pistol right into somebody's face. I don't know, there's something about it that I thoroughly enjoyed. Yeah, end game it could be pretty sweet. Could be pretty sweet in groups. But it's hard to tell. Got to play what you enjoy, I think. When you're first class in an MMO, you've just got to play what you enjoy playing, because it's always a bit of a grind. Yeah, I can't imagine the Witch Hunter with the handbow is quite as satisfying, shooting that right into their face. Something about the bang. So funny, you know, I'd been streaming all this content, and clearly, you know, the game's not super popular yet. You know, I'm up to like 127 subscribers last I checked. You know, maybe get a couple hundred views on every video, which is great. But my boys and I do a workout every day from a guy called the Body Coach. He's a British guy, and he just does some great workouts, some great body fitness workouts, or body weight workouts. And me and my boys do them. And we did one that was on the he recorded on the 13th, so that was yesterday, and we did it yesterday. Or maybe he recorded on the 12th, and then we did it yesterday. But by the time we did it, it already had like 400,000 views. And I thought, man, this guy is making some bank on these videos. And while we were watching it, I think he said there was like 90,000 people watching it live or something. A workout video that he did in 20 minutes. And that video will make money for years to come. Because I'm still, I watched video of his that he did years ago. But it's workouts, so it's always relevant. Luke, you think the handbow has the same sound effect as the pistol? That'd be kind of weird. Very possible, though. Certainly they can get a bow sound effect. I think I need to change the order of my skills here. So... oh, no, I don't want that there. Yeah. Sign there. This one I don't like as much. That's going to go here. And this big bad boy is going to go here. Yeah, that my kid, when he was like between 2 and 3, was a Ryan fanatic. Now it's all like Dad City, Kid City. All they want to watch is YouTube. They get a kick out of the fact that I'm streaming, but I don't think I'm ever going to have the kind of viewership that some of those streams get by a long shot. Now we're up to some decent sized hits. I want to get... Got to be able to get my rage up before I can use that hit. See, we got some rage now. See what it does. 312, not bad. And it takes some of my doom away. But the doom, I mean, the doom damage you take is almost non-existent. I mean, it's, I don't know if it's bugged or what, but I take like 2 points of doom. Look at that. Now it's only absorbing 10% of the damage right now, but it'll be absorbing, what, 30% once I get to level 15. See what it does without 285. How dare you lock my mob? Get away. I know. Energy. Three-star? Nah. .48 regen from that now, which isn't too bad. Bigger? You want the axe to be bigger? It's bigger than the dwarf. Look at that thing. It's giant. You talking about the bugmans in combat? It's supposed to, and it should after the patch. Now, if you're talking about the food, that would be super nice, but probably would be a little overpowered, to be honest. That food gets pretty cheap, and people would just be chugging it all the time. I'm interested to see if they add, like, sigils. So for people that don't play Celtic Heroes, what a sigil is something that basically gives you regen out of combat. And so in Celtic Heroes, people who have a lot of gold or opened a lot of chests will have thousands of sigils, so they're out of combat regen for both energy and I ended up fighting this guy. Out of combat energy and hit points sometimes will just instantly heal them because they have so many sigils. Yeah, like I said, Bugman's has been confirmed. That's a bug. Because it doesn't go off when you're in combat, it just doesn't have the regen effect. And they did confirm that to be a bug, so that'll be fixed. Yeah, I love sigils. I don't have too many hit point sigils, but like on my ranger, I've got as many sigils as I have energy. So one tick and I'm full energy again. And then I might take like 4 ticks to get full hit points from 0 if I was ever at 0, or close to 0. They are. I mean, I like them because they're definitely a gold sink. I mean, they take. Well, I guess they don't really take gold out of the. They don't take gold out of the economy. Sigils would be a good way to take gold out of the economy if they wanted to make them store bought. Oh, who, the warrior priest that keeps kind of following me around? I think he's just maybe doing the same quest. I don't think it's either. Might be farming rep. No, I think he's just doing quests. He's level 11, so he's just doing his thing. Gotta get used to that, you know, as people level up, or as when new servers come out, man, we're all gonna be fighting over the mobs. It's gonna be a little while before people spread out. I gotta think of a good strategy. I'm not sure what I want my strategy to be yet. To try and get past the... Actually, it doesn't matter. I gotta work, so the game will come out and people will play it for 30, 40 hours straight and leave me behind anyway, so I guess I don't need a strategy. Zero credit? What do you mean by that, Aaron? I'm not sure. I mean, I know what you mean. Get overburden, underburden here real quick. I think we need this crappy food anymore. Alright, let's see. Head to Nightingale. Oh, I'm locking all the mobs, yeah. Am I the only one that feels like dwarfs run faster than everybody else? Due to their small, stubby legs. Just the animation, but it makes it feel faster. Which I do like. 10-13. What do I got going on? I gotta kill these guys. Did I get this quest again? Oh, that guy's back? Come on, man. Gnomes in EverQuest, they did. Remember the little flip they did? Dude, I can't trade in the middle of this area. What are you, crazy? This guy's trying to kill me. Oh, get out of here. No, I think Aaron's talking about EverQuest. Yeah, gnomes were even smaller than the dwarfs in this game, and yeah, these little short legs that ran real fast, and when you jump, they did a little flip. It just, I don't know, just made them fun. And I said that when I first saw the jump in this game. I said, just, you know, people would say, you know, it doesn't serve a purpose. Well, just give it a purpose. Make it fun. Make them do some kind of animation when they jump. Thanks, Luke. I did hit one. Heals are going fast. Not putting any points in abilities can definitely come back to get you. I guess I don't mind the Slayer so far, but I'm not sure if its playstyle is for me. What did I do? I think I got this quest again, even though did I just finish this? I think I did. I think I'm gonna head back this way. Head across the bridge here. Maybe they'll have tattoos as a fashion item. I feel like I just wasted a lot of time in that area with very little to show for it, as far as experience goes. What are you trying to give me, buddy? Let's see. Sure. Give me 10 heals. Shout out to Reckoning for the 10 heals and 10 heals and the 10 silver. Nasher. I can't kill Nasher. What am I gonna go check Nasher for? This guy would get destroyed by Nasher. We could barely take him, Luke, when we were on what were you playing? Warrior Priest, and I was playing a Shadow Warrior together at like level 12. When I got mine, you died, and when you got yours, I died. Check my system chat. It says 1,000 gold. I don't see anywhere where it says 1,000 gold. Oh, Reckoning set gold, 1,000 gold. What? This guy trying to get me banned or something? I've got 1 gold. Wild. I didn't see. Did he put in 1,000 gold 3 different times into that chat to show me he had 1,000 gold, or was it just 10 silver and something's all buggy? Yeah, that's a real weird bug. Maybe it gave him 3,000 gold. Maybe that guy's sitting on like 1,000,000 gold because he found some bug where you somehow bug the trade mechanism. and it gives you back a bunch of gold. Who knows? He was asking for 1,000 gold. You can do that? So he's a beggar. Is that what you're saying? But yeah, maybe that's a bug he found, that he's asked for 1,000 gold, and then he trades me 10 silver, and all of a sudden he gets 1,000 gold. I don't know. That would be a very serious bug. That guy's gonna aggro too. He just whispered me. I can barely understand. I guess he is watching the stream. What do you mean by a gamepad? Like a control, just a controller? Oh, I'm gonna die. Nobody warned me. Oh, look at that. No health. No health at all. We survive for the win. I heard there must be an engineer around. There he is. Heard it. I heard the wonderful sound of the turret dropping. Love that sound. This guy has really slowed down in leveling. I mean, I've been level 12 forever. Feels like. There are a bunch of these quests that start coming up that give a lot of experience, though. Ah, stop it, Luke. Don't try and get your class nerfed. They said that they balance out later. And again, you got to remember that some of the turrets in raid situations are going to be useless. The shield turret, the taunt turret, most likely. Good for soloing, useless in raids. So then you've got to start to think later in levels, do you put points in those things and then they're just useless at raids and then it hinders your ability to solo? Or you constantly have to respec? Yeah, and imagine that. All your turrets die from an AoE. Yeah, the current reflect damage miles would not exist. It's not enough. Although I think you can... Is that something you can upgrade with ability points? I'm not sure I would, but... I don't think so. I think that turret's all cooldown. And, maybe the time it's up. Oh, here's a... I might be able to kill this guy. Give this guy a go. Yeah. See if I have any medium potions yet. I don't go aggro him yet. I'm not ready. See if we have any medium potions. I'll check it out in a second what the gamepad is. Probably risking not... No medium... Ooh, I do have this. Here's what we're doing. Increases damage. Oh. Increases movement. And we're going in. Using a quick heal potion so it starts to refresh. I don't know. I don't know if I like my odds. Let's get rid of some of our doom here. Let's hit this. This is back up. This. Oh no, that guy aggroed. I'm definitely dead now. Oh, that guy pulled him off me. Oh, we gotta heal. We gotta heal. Come on, get it off. Get it off. Oh, he's back. The guy's back. Oh, he's gonna get me. No, get it off. Oh, no good. I feel like that warrior priest did me in. I feel like he let that guy come back just to kill me off so he could get the name. I should have got that guy's name. Yeah, no, he got me. I would have done the same thing. He ran off. It was risky. If I would have had a medium potion, maybe. Or if Bugman's actually worked in combat, maybe, but... Or if I didn't, that was bad positioning, Luke. We talked about that earlier, right? That was actually my bad. Terrible positioning to let that guy aggro me. Yeah, that warrior priest, he aggroed the one mob, and he clearly ran off to de-aggro it, and then came back. I don't know. I'm fine with it. I use bad tactics, right? I mean, I don't really deserve the kill. First of all, I rushed it because I wanted to use those 2 potions. Well, he's still up, but this Archmage is going to destroy it. Watch. Level 12 Archmage. Most likely going to destroy it. But I'm going to do the same thing that warrior priest did. I'm going to watch him. But this is the power of the Archmage. Watch. He might not even get touched. Now, if he does get touched, he's going to die. Now, let's see what happens. He should die here. Did he get a stun off? No. How is he still alive, right? I mean, I couldn't even stand with that guy that long. He's running around. How is that guy not killing that dude? Is running around the answer? Now we attack. So that warrior priest, how did he not kill that guy? It had a sliver of health. Ah, justice. How could he not have wins? It's a skill on both skill trees. Because it's in the first 10. That's crazy talk if he doesn't have wins. Maybe he just doesn't know how to use it. Cool, thanks Reckoning. Glad you're watching. Glad you're enjoying them. Thanks for the pots. I need them. I can log in another character. What's his name? There's Reckoning. Let me equip that thing real quick. You were trying to heal. Is that Ryuno? Is that you Reckoning? Balloon, not I would say not in the first 15 levels. Game plays a little fast. Myself and Luke have a video where we grouped, and honestly, we were on voice chat, and it was where it was nice is we basically started to run around and get the jewelry stuff as we were leveling, and we were able to get it pretty close. You know, pretty much anytime we found them up. But other than that, it was kind of hard to stay together, I found. You end up fighting over the same mobs, you know, when you're doing collect quests and kill quests. But later on, I think leveling's going to be, grouping's going to be the way to go. Get a slight increase in experience when you level. But then, of course, it's divided by the number of the people in group. I'm really interested to see what they're going to do with the UI. The UI for both, I don't know, chat and grouping definitely needs some work. Definitely needs some smoothing out. It's not pleasurable, in my opinion, to chat at all, and not convenient. There's that medium pot I need. Not convenient, and certainly not easy to do while you're fighting, which I think is important in an MMO, to be able to chat while fighting in some capacity. Didn't you find though, Luke, that we got our jewelry a lot faster though, leveling through together? That's the one thing I would say. And like when you get into the forest, like I'd rather group, especially if it's the first time through. I'd rather group with somebody, because then when you come across a 3-star mob with a name, you can kill them, and if it drops something, mark it down and then start to camp it, so you both get that item. There'll be a lot of competition for that stuff early on. Yeah, I would agree. Too fast, moving through the quest too fast. I mean, I hope, I want there still to be quests, but I do kind of hope it slows down a little bit, where it's not just you feel like you have to go from quest to quest to quest, and you're not. I mean, it's, I don't know. I'm mixed, because it is a good way to force you to explore the world. No, not the ones that have been found so far. They're all jewelry from the named bosses. Is no drop. Not only is it no drop, it just drops randomly. So if you're in a group, it's going to drop on a random person. So if you're trying to give it to a specific person, you got to have everybody else drop the group after lock or run away before kill. So you know, it can be something of a challenge. The wrong screen there, just spamming pots. Got people following me around giving me heals now. I like that. Alright, so the question, the vote for the audience. Should I, I've got that engineer powder spec that I definitely want to do. Do I need to do a witch hunter with a hand bow as well before I do my full class, full spec video? I think I almost, either I have to do that, or Luke's got to set up the screen share so he can show his. Yeah, I don't even want to level it, to be honest. I'd rather somebody else. If Don or Luke, do you guys have a witch hunter with hand bow? Luke, it was pretty bad. I don't know what the deal was with that. I mean, it was just so slow. And you don't have any ability to, yeah, I guess you wouldn't be able to play it, to put zoom on it. Zoom is where you're getting your screen share from. Well, that's what makes it so interesting if they're actually buffing the Witch Hunter, right? If that's what that clue meant, that they're buffing the Witch Hunter. Especially if nobody's really played it at endgame yet. Or mid-game. I'm always fine with it. I mean, look at Druids in Celtic Heroes, right? Super weak for the longest time. Probably too long, to be honest. And then at endgame, when they really start to get gear, they're one of the most powerful classes. But they could be painfully hard to level solo. Handbow is weak, so maybe that's where the buff is. Maybe it's specific to the handbow. That's a really slow animation. Yeah, see, this series of quests definitely increases leveling speed a little bit. You can see how fast I'm going to level 13 compared to level 12. Now you gotta come to the table with what you think's wrong with it, Don. Personally, I don't know, Richard, because I haven't played one yet. So I thought I only had the Powder Engineer left, and then I remembered the Handbow Witch Hunter, so I got to add that to my list. Some people had said they thought that the Witch Hunter in general was a little bit too squishy. But, I mean, my theory is that the Witch Hunter comes into its own later on. Like, when they start being able to stack marks later in levels. I think they're going to do massive damage. I think I did my stats. Yeah, not yet, Don, but I think past level 15, hopefully. Stats. So, I think I'm going to put this in energy. The other four. So I still got my 13 AP, so I'm going through this without spending any AP. Richard, since you're on, if you can answer, we've talked about Doom a little bit. If you can explain what reduced Doom multiplier by 10% means on the Doom skill. If you're able to explain that in the chat, if you can't, that's fine, but I don't know, we can't figure out what that means. This is a big quest, 300 experience. Whoops. Less Doom taken as damage? You think so? Man, I feel like, unless it's bugged, I feel like Doom does... The Doom you take already doesn't do a lot of damage. But maybe because I'm only taking... Okay, I think that might make sense. So right now, damage absorption is 10%. I can get it up to, add this up again, 3, 6, 9, 12, 16, 21, which is an odd number that they went with 21, but I can get it up to 31%. So then 31% of the damage I take goes into my Doom bar. Reduce Doom multiplier by 10%, and I can do that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So then every 4 seconds, whatever Doom I have in my Doom bar, I'm going to take a certain percentage of damage, and I can reduce that by 50% maybe. So like you take 100 damage into Doom, but only 90 of that hits the player. Okay. So it seems like you have to balance those two. You don't want to take more damage into your Doom bar without increasing that multiplier. Otherwise, you're really just kind of storing it and you're still going to take it. So maybe that would make sense. You wouldn't want to reduce the amount of Doom you take. That would be kind of silly. So maybe I should balance these. Maybe I should wish I knew how much Doom I had. I mean, right now, when I take Doom, it's like, it's almost nothing, but that's probably because there's not a whole lot in the Doom bar, because I'm only 10% is being absorbed. So let's look at how much Doom damage I'm taking. Somehow I don't have any Doom. Maybe I used it. That skill. Let's see. So the thing is, though, I think leveling speed is fine, Richard, and I think leveling speed across all classes is, at least in the first 15 levels, is pretty good. One of the things we've commented on quite a bit is if you follow the quest line, there are certain areas that the mobs that you get to are too low level. Like take the island. I don't remember what's it called, Luke, when you go to the island and fight the pirates. Whatever that little island is or that cove is. Every time I've had a character get there, they're like level 8 or 9, and all those mobs are level 5. Yeah, the wastelands. So, and I'd like to see those mobs get up, you know, see what the average is that players are when they get there, because they're just following the quest line, and average is going to be level 9, 8 to 10 probably. Make those mobs, you know, level 9, level 10, level 8, something. Right now they're level 5, so that's the one thing I would say, and you could either, play through it a few times and see where you're at with the quest, or skip ahead on some of my videos, and you'll definitely see that there's a lot of places where you end up fighting mobs for a quest that are 4 to 5 levels lower than you. So I'd like to see that improved. That would increase the speed at which you get through the first 15 levels a little bit, which is okay because right now you're a little short on experience when you finish the main quest line to be level 15. Which once the forest is open, not a big deal, you just move on to the forest. But it would be nice to be 15, I think, when you finish the main quest line, and that could be balanced just by increasing certain mobs. And Wastelands would be a great start because once you go to the Wastelands, as far as we know, we never go back. So those mobs are just kind of wasted there. Up their level a little bit, makes it a little bit more challenging, and gives you a little bit more experience. Because you have to kill a lot of mobs in that area to finish it off. So yeah, that would be one suggestion. But overall, I think the leveling speed of these first 15 levels is pretty good. It's pretty well balanced with the quest line. This guy's leveling a little slow just because I'm saving. Oh, there's a crash. Hopefully I didn't attack that guy. This guy's leveling a little slow just because I didn't put any ability points in yet. So my damage is a little weak. But still, I'd say it probably still going to get it done in 4 hours, maybe. From 1 to 15, which isn't too bad. Be interesting to see if Don, the accountant's hypothesis on experience is accurate. He believes it goes up by 15% experience needed per level. Now you would assume that you definitely are gonna, you would assume leveling will slow down. So if leveling didn't slow down, we'd all be level 50 by the end of the first week. So you got to assume that the experience needed per level is going to go up, but the experience you get per mob at your level is not going to go up by the same percentage. So the higher level you get, the more mobs and quests you got to do. I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. I mean, if it was my game, what I would do is I would stop at 50, at least for a good amount of time, and I would implement alternate advancement. I would let people get to 50, turn on alternate advancement that I've talked about on my streams, and allow them to start putting that experience into other things. Alternate expanse can be things like increase run speed by 10%, with alternate advancement point. Increase resist, hit points, weapon damage. Hundreds of different things that you can add ability points with alternate advancement. There's hundreds of things you can do with it. And you don't have to raise the level cap and completely unbalance the game. Now, eventually, you want to raise the level cap, but you want to do so when you've come out with, in my opinion, a lot of new content, and you only want to go up 5, max 10 levels at a time. I don't know the history of Celtic Heroes, but being at 220 and the other thing you don't want, in my opinion, you don't want a soft cap, you want a hard cap at levels. Don't let people grind through and soft cap is 50 and they get up to level 60, and then you come out with an expansion and those guys are like, well, I'm already here. That doesn't make any sense to me either, personally. But I'm just a player, not a dev. Those are just my thoughts. Level 13 went pretty fast, so I'm pretty happy with... So I am level 14 here, and I've got a few quests that give good experience left. I've got that one chain of quests that it's like you talk to 3 guys in a couple seconds, and they all give like 200 experience. So we are getting closer to... Yeah, again, I mean, I can't stress alternate advancement enough, man. It just... The devs... It doesn't matter how big the dev company is, and certainly not somebody as small as VR is right now. You cannot keep up content-wise with how fast people will go through the content. You've got to have things in the game that will keep them playing based on improving their character. And I think this game has a couple of mechanisms they could easily implement that would do that for a long time, giving them time to get new content out. One is alternate advancement. Because as people are grinding away for end game gear, they still have something to do. They still can get that alternate advancement, keep maxing that character as they're going through dungeons. And again, the second one, yeah, EQ, Richard. Original EverQuest. They were the godfather of it. They made it up and perfected it. So it was basically like you could turn it on anytime you wanted, and so you could actually stop leveling if you wanted and turn it into the ultimate advancement pool. And then to fill up, and then you would fill up the ultimate advancement bar, and you would get 1 point. 1 point might get you, let's say, 2% increased run speed. And then to get up to 4%, you'd need to put 2 points in. To get up to 6%, you'd have to put 4 points in. And on and on. And then like 10 points, 10 more points would be like 10%. So yeah, definitely look at EQ if you want to look at that methodology. You could even download Project 1999. Yeah, but guilds, I mean, that's clans. I mean, they can, or regiments in this game, they can make whatever rules they want. You're not going to be able to stop that. I mean, some clans in Celtic Heroes say, you can't join us until you've got full EDL. Right, they took it over as far as I understand, Aaron. Richard, the other thing, I don't know if you've heard it on my other streams, but when you guys implement dungeons and raid bosses, I think you've got things set up. It cracks me up that I've got people running around healing me. I think you've got things set up perfectly to do levels of dungeons. So the amount of time it takes for you guys to make a dungeon or an endgame boss is tremendous. The amount of time it would take to create 5 or 6 different levels of that dungeon pales, in my opinion, in comparison to how long it took to create that dungeon. So, and then you've got the tiers of equipment already, right? You do the dungeon on normal, it drops green tier. You get the green tier and you complete that. You have to always complete the normal first. Then you go on the level 2, you call that hell or hard or whatever you want. Let's call it hard. That time they're a little bit harder mobs. They drop the blue gear. Do it again, it drops the purple gear. Do it again on the next higher level, it drops the yellow gear. Do it again on the next higher level, it drops the orange gear. That's great, Richard. I mean, I think, again, it's all about keeping people engaged in the content If you want a game to look at that does that well, Crusaders of Light has levels of dungeons. But they don't, I'm trying to think, they don't really, I guess they do give out better gear depending on the dungeon. And it's not just about adding, hit points to the mobs and more health. You want to mix in with the bosses some extra skills here and there as well to make the end game fights or the end boss fights a little challenging. But you can do the same tiered levels for end game bosses, right? As long as, depending on if you do instance bosses or open world bosses. But if you do instance bosses, then clans have a path forward, right? Smaller clans who are just starting off can start with a normal boss, get some good gear. As their clan starts to proceed, they start to try the higher tiered bosses the next time it spawns. And you just get a lot of value out of your content. Keep people grinding. I think the lesson that can be taken from Celtic Heroes is there's a certain amount of people who will continue to play a game and grind for years and years and years trying to get that drop that might drop 1% of the time. But then there's other people who stop enjoying the game because they've gone so long without getting any kind of an upgrade to their character. Whether that be through alternate advancement or through level difficulties of bosses. So I think you can find a good balance there with this game potentially, where you don't want people to get stuff so quick that they get through the content and have all the best stuff the first time they run through it. That's definitely not what I'm saying. But you also, I think Celtic Heroes takes it to an extreme where there's still people killing, Harung after 8 years who are waiting for a drop, and that's a little, waiting for a godly drop, and that's a little insane. 8 years. I remember, for Mord on my Ranger, I like light heal. And I would wake up for as many Mortises as I could to make sure that if the first godly light heal brace dropped from Mord, I would be able to get it. And I missed one. I missed a bunch, but I happened to miss one where it dropped. And the way our clan did loot back then, if you weren't at the raid, you couldn't bid. There was no other main rangers there. And so after 6 years of grinding, trying to get that piece of equipment, it went to an alt. An alt that was barely ever played. Now that's just a guild rule. In our new guild, Dawn, we do things differently, or clan rather, where we do, you don't have to be at the kill. You just have to have the DKP, and we do auctions in band. So that wouldn't have happened now, but I did finally, but that was an unfortunate thing after 6 years. And then about a month, maybe 2 ago, another one dropped. I was able to get it. And then I believe Luke, another godly dropped like 2 weeks ago. And I couldn't believe it. I waited 6 years, missed one, waited another 2 years, maybe not 6 years, I waited 4 years, missed one, waited another year or two, and I'm barely paying attention to what I'm doing here. And then another one drops within 2 weeks. Yeah, definitely, Richard. Same level of enemies, they're just harder. And you get better loot from the bosses in the dungeon. Oh, I don't need to fight that guy again. And again, like I said, you have the tiers already, right? You have the way you've set up equipment. You've got silver equipment, which really shouldn't drop from dungeon bosses. You've got green, which would be the first level of a dungeon. Then you've got your blue, second level of a dungeon, yellow, and then orange, if you even wanted orange items to drop from dungeons. And then you could do the same thing with bosses. Certainly is a lot easier to add some stats to the same equipment for different levels than to create all new content. Yeah, I'll check it. Hold on. So yeah, just the theories and the ideas of an old MMOer, old man MMOer, and not my ideas. You know, they are ideas that I've seen in other games, but never seen a game pull them all together yet. Well, that's not true. Crusaders of Light, you know, they have the multi-tiered dungeons, and they do have alternate advancement in a way. You know, one of the cool things they have is they have actually 3 different specs for every class, and once you get to max level, you can actually you can switch to another spec and start to level up that spec. So think of it like this game with the 2 spec trees. Once I get to level 50, I could actually say, okay, I'm going to start on my secondary spec, and you could go down the other skill path, leveling that up. You got to get to level 50 again, and then you can swap between them at will. So you're going into a raid, and you're a tank warrior priest, and they say, you know what, we got enough tanks, we need you to be a healer. You can switch over and be a healer. But you've also got to balance, you know, I don't know if that was smart. Let's see. At least I've got some bigger potions. If they go off. Get back to that thought in a minute. Alright. You know, that game, I wouldn't say it failed, Crusaders of Light, but it had a serious downsurge because it was pay to win. And it also was a game where they had limits on how many dungeons you could run in a day. It was all based on stamina. You could buy more stamina if you wanted, I think. But if you missed time, you could never catch back up with the other people. If you started the game late, you could never catch back up. So I'm glad to see this game right now. It doesn't have any kind of stamina. Would AA work in Celtic Heroes? Yeah, it would. But what you would have to do, in my opinion, is you would have to take the people who are above level 220 and either force them or give them the option to convert those extra levels into alternate experience, and then basically, and they would be forced to do that, right? Because if you're level 234 like my ranger is, and I wanted to stay level 234, I wouldn't be able to gain any experience fighting level 220 mobs. So you'd basically have to let them convert those extra levels to the alternate expansion or alternate experience, equivalent. Now, where I would struggle with that as a ranger is I would lose 14 skill points. But you know, maybe I could make up for that, because maybe there's a way to, you know, in Celtic Heroes you could have alternate advancement to add skill points to every skill that you have. You know, it could be, you know, for one alternate advancement you get 1 to sharp shot. For 2 more you get another point to sharp shot. You know, up to 10 extra points for a total of like 30 alternate advancement or something. But it'd be tough. You'd really have to think it through. I think if you ever plan to add new zones with higher level mobs and up the level cap at all, which I don't know that I would up the level cap. Keep things at 220 and institute alternate advancement is the way I would do it. And just have, you could even still have higher level mobs. You could do mobs up to level 225. Leave people at 220, gaining power through alternate advancement. I'm really not paying attention. These people following me are probably like, what the hell is this guy doing? You could do that too. Yeah, you could just say, you know, if you're past, for ultimate advancement experience, you get the same equivalent experience of, yeah, you could do that, and then let people decide, am I going to have my experience go into the levels, or am I going to have it go into alternate advancement? Yeah, you could do that too, Richard, for sure. To me, it's really about what do you want for the future of the game, and if you ever planned on adding more content, like let's say you started adding dungeons to Celtic Heroes or more raid bosses or new areas, and you wanted to up the level cap to 225, that's not going to be fun for people who are level 230. So alternate advancement would be a potential way to balance the levels out, not rob the people that did all that extra work over the years, and give them a leg up with alternate advancement. But at least give them the choice. But then when you come out with new content and it's level 225 content and they're level 230 or 235, 234 or whatever, they may decide, well, this is not fun. I want to level off of these guys like everybody else. Well, you know me, Luke, with bounties, and I have slacked since Warhammer came out. But on my Ranger, I went almost 5 years and maybe missed doing max bounties on my Ranger like a dozen times, a dozen days. That's how I got to 234. When I hit 220, I never popped another licks. I never killed mobs for experience. I just did bounties every single day. I got my golden rabbit from bounties. I got my my max level spirit, my first wolf, mount, battle mount, maxed out from bounties. Got my spirit wolf from bounties, and got 14 extra skill points by getting to level 234, all from bounties. But now I'll do bounties for, the only bounty that gives me any experience is kill 7 hounds. Everything else is like 1,000 experience. I would love to be able to still kill mobs and still do bounties, and get some alternate advancement. But I do think it's a balance too. I think, Richard, you gotta have both, right? Like, people in Celtic Heroes, they would continue to grind, some people, for just alternate advancement. But I think if you combine alternate advancement with experience, or with the levels of dungeons, that means people can continue to run those dungeons and trying to get the best loot and trying to get better gear and more power so they can get to the higher level dungeon. And every time they're running through it, they're getting more alternate advancement experience and not feeling like they're wasting their time. So they're constantly upgrading their character in some way. Without that, all you're doing is grinding mobs, and I think that would be a turnoff for a lot of people. So I think both almost have to be used in conjunction. The other thing that's cool is if you decide to institute lower level dungeons, dungeons at level 20, let's say. I remember in World of Warcraft there was a really cool dungeon around like level 15, and I don't remember the name of it. I remember you went in like through a cave and entered it, and it had like serpents and stuff. So if anybody knows the name of it, shout it out. But you went through that dungeon maybe 1 or 2 times, and then just by going through the dungeon, you leveled past it and you moved on. So here the content creators and the artists and the designers spent all this time making this brilliant dungeon. Everybody ran it 1 or 2 times and then never went through it again. Now, if that level of dungeon has different levels and a player has the option to turn off leveling experience and turn it into AA experience, they can choose to stop leveling and really enjoy that dungeon. They may have a group of people and they may say, you know what, let's really play this dungeon for a couple weeks. Get as much gear as we can. We're getting some AA experience. And then after a couple weeks, we've ran it. We've got a bunch of gear. We've really experienced this content. Turn back on our leveling experience, move on. Get to a level 25 dungeon. All right, we're here. I want to run this more than twice. Let's turn off our leveling experience. Let's just run this dungeon for a few weeks, really experience it, kill the bosses a bunch of times, get a bunch of different gear, go through the different difficulty levels, and then move on. Not every player is going to play like that. Some players are going to go, boom, I'm getting to level 50 no matter what. You can't design the game for those players because they're going to do whatever the easiest thing is to get to level 50 regardless. If the easiest thing to do is go and kill the same mob 1,000 times a day, that's what they're going to do to get to level 50. And then once they get to 50, then they're going to figure out, okay, now how do I get to the best gear? And a lot of times those players are going to quit because they race to get to the level, and then they're like, well, now what? Right? And then they'll complain there's no content. Well, you ran through all the content. So again, I think those two things, in my opinion, have to go hand in hand to really take advantage of it. I can never remember if those guys are going to attack me or not. Almost level 15. Probably would have been there faster, but I've really not been paying attention as I've been talking. Yeah, Luke, that is unfortunate for tanks that you start to... At least that's the theory. I imagine it's correct. But that you don't aggro as much once you get past level 220. One thing I would say about MMOs is hopefully no MMO developer thinks, you know what, I can't use that idea because it was used in another game. I mean, there's always games that come out with innovative ideas, and then other games are going to take it. There's no one game besides EverQuest that came out with a ton of original ideas, but that was the only one at the time. And everybody followed that model, and then when WoW came out, everybody followed the WoW model, and it just made things a little bit easier for the average player. But the concepts of Raids came from EverQuest. You know, that was a stolen concept. The concept of guilds came from EverQuest. Most of the base concepts of MMOs came from EverQuest. So developers should never, in my opinion, you can't steal an idea and do it exactly. You got to come up with your own spin on it, but I don't think anybody's got a copyright on any idea an MMO uses. Yeah, customizable UI would be really nice on a mobile. And even if they don't come out with just customizable UI, I mean, there's lots of ideas for adding different hotbars. Still think it's going to be a challenge in later levels. We've talked about it with so many active skills that you have the possibility to have. I think 9 active skills plus potions, plus equipment swaps if that becomes a thing, and only having 4 active bars at a time is going to be a challenge. Let's see. Guess I could go north. Finish that quest because those mobs give decent experience. And then we got to decide. I'm not sure if I want to pour all 15 points. I don't know why I'm using my medium potions. I don't know if I want to pour all 15 points into this skill here. It's going to increase the amount of doom I absorb, but I'm only going to not take 10% of that back every tick. I feel like I got to balance it with that other skill. I think we're going to experiment. I think we're going to see if we can figure out how that balance works a little bit. Because I think Luke's got a character that's got Doom at that last skill all maxed out. Oh, I'm dead for sure. 2 mobs crashed. That is a dead for sure. Where are those warrior priests? They still following me? Kill those mobs, heal me, do something. If you're still around me. 16 people watching. That may be a new high. I feel like when Richard starts to talk, all of a sudden, like, people somehow know. Give this a minute. Let my character time out. Oh, arg! I heard the arg. Equipment's broken. So close to leveling too. Let's go repair. Try and finish this up. I was hoping to get to bed soon, but I definitely want to finish up this stream. So we're gonna press on. Richard, I only have, I'm just catching up because I wasn't watching when I crashed. I only have iOS devices, so definitely once iOS devices are out, I will be playing on those and testing those. I don't have any recent Android devices. I'm playing, I mean, my laptop is really well spec'd. You know, it's got 16 gigs of RAM. I'm playing on BlueStacks, of course, not supported. It is the official, you know, downloaded from the Play Store APK. I feel like the crash, I was saying this on another stream, might have been earlier today. I feel like the crash happens after I'm in combat for a certain amount of time, and it's almost like it's related to how many times I click skills. Because I've left my computer on before and went and got busy, and sometimes I come back and it could be an hour or 2 hours later and my character's still sitting there not logged out. Other times the character has timed out, but the game itself hasn't crashed. It's just at the logout screen. And I can log right back in. The only time I ever crash, honestly, is sometimes when I'm zoning. I wouldn't say it's really a crash. It's more of a timeout. You know, you just never complete zoning. You just have to hard stop the game. And then all the other times are when I'm in combat. So on my keyboard, you know, I've hotkeyed. You know, let me show you. Where are my keys? This game controls, advanced. I guess I have to do it this way. No, this way. You know what? Where are my game controls? Oh, there we go. So, you know, I've just hotkeyed, you know, the auto attack to the F key. And it, you know, I just hold it down, you know, so I don't know if doing that is sending a different command to the game than if you're on an iPad or on an Android device and just holding that down. And maybe I'm just overrunning the game and those are just building up somehow in memory and in the buffers, and eventually the game just gets overloaded and crashes. I've tried the game on different settings, you know, all the way down to the lowest graphics settings, still had the same amount of crashes. I've upped how much resources BlueStacks is given up to the maximum. I'm on the latest BlueStacks version. So I've done everything I can to try and minimize the crashes, but right now it is the only device I have. But Luke, I think you're the same with me, right? You use VPN, but you download it from the Play Store, so it's not like you're using an older or an APK that somebody else uploaded that they could have modified. Forgot why I ported back here. I think to check this guy. Nope. Alright, let's finish some of these quests. Rambo PvP, they said, you know, right now you can duel They said PvP will be something they'll be looking at in the future, but not their priority right now. PvE is their priority right now. Yeah. I mean, maybe the fact that you're crashing as much as I am, you know, and you're using that Samsung Galaxy S9, you know, maybe that uses something similar to how BlueStacks works. I'm not sure. I don't know enough about the way the emulator works. I will say BlueStacks maxes at allowing you to use 4 gigabytes of RAM. If I could give it more, I'd give it more just to see, but it maxes at 4 gigabytes of RAM. Rambo, I like PvP personally. I like PvP that is balanced, if possible, which is very, very difficult, especially when you're also running a PvE game. I like PvP that is by choice, and that has a point to it. You know, so a couple of things that we've talked about, what I found were good modes of PvP in different games. You know, you've got the World of Warcraft Battlegrounds. Great. You know what I mean? Problem with them is once people got endgame gear, the endgame geared characters just dominate PvP, roll over everybody else, and it just becomes no fun for people who get queued. They just get roll stomped in all of the matches, and tactics don't matter when people are hitting you for 4 times the damage. They have twice the amount of hit points as you have, and you're hitting them for, you know, a quarter of the damage. It's just not fun. So Battlegrounds can be fun if you can find a way to balance it. Talked about it many times. Crusaders of Light had they had a survival mode, which is basically a battle royale PvP, where everybody started naked. You didn't go in. You went in with your character name, but everybody started the same. You ran around the map picking up gear. When you picked up gear, it had skills that came with it, and then you picked up potions. And the only way you could get hit points and energy back was through potions. You could find mounts laying around. And then just like a Fortnite or the other Battle Royale games, it would the zone would shrink, and you start with, I think, 40 people, and you try to survive until you're the last one. And that was some super compelling PvP because it was completely balanced. It didn't matter what the power was of the guy's character who zoned in. Everybody started naked and everybody started the same. There was no class balance because there was no classes. The skills you had all had to do with the equipment you got, which was completely random. A lot of tactics involved, but super fun and super compelling. Another modes of PvP, I think it was either Aaron or L that also played Warhammer Online, the Mythic Warhammer licensed game back in was like 2005 to 2009. They had amazing realm versus realm PvP battles, where at the time it was people's systems weren't ready for it because they were sometimes 100 versus 100, but that game still runs on a public server with modern hardware now, and I've seen videos where it looks more like it's 200 versus 200 PvP, and these guys are running at 60 frames per second. So that's based on, you know, the Warhammer lore, and they've got like 20 different classes. So that's some compelling PvP. I think it was so EverQuest had a decent a decent idea where you could turn on your PvP flag. And if you turned on your PvP flag, then anybody else who turned on their PvP flag could also PvP you. So what happened was, and then when you turned it off, like 15 minutes later, it would, you'd go back to PvE. So these just dynamic, huge PvP fights would just break out in a zone. Sometimes it'd be two guilds, they were called guilds in EverQuest, would get together and say, all right, we're all turning on our flag. We're meeting outside of Freeport or wherever zone they decided, and they would get at it. They would all turn on their flag and just spend an hour just fighting each other. That was fun, and that's easy to implement, really, because you don't even really have to worry about class balance because there's no rewards. It's really just fun. Trying to think what other modes of PvP have other people played in different games. Oh, I keep using my medium potions. Yeah, Aaron, that's basically what survival mode was. It's an MMO version of Fortnite. Now the thing with, and here's where it could be really beneficial, I think, for VR, right? Because they're trying to not make a pay-for-win game. They're trying to make a cosmetic game, or not a cosmetic game, but a game where mostly you're buying things like cosmetics to help pay and finance for the game. I'm sure they'll have other things as well. But one of the things that, in the survival mode, as you all started, naked. I say naked, but you had like a pair of pants or underwear on or something. And then as you started to equip the armor, it would of course show the armor that you found or the equipment. It would show that on your character. And part of the problem was you would see, you got to know if this guy had a purple, chest plate on that was such and such piece, and that meant he had the shield spell. Because the equipment is what gave you your skills. And that would mean you'd stay away from that guy. So now, what would be cool is if people could buy fashion sets or skins, just like you do in Fortnite, that they could wear inside of that PvP survival zone. Doesn't help their character at all, just like Fortnite, but just makes their character look different. And I mean, that could be a huge revenue stream. So you're building one feature, and just like Fortnite, now they're coming out with new skins and new different ways of gameplay all the time. But it started with just go out and kill each other with guns, buy a battle pass, and get skins. And they became wildly successful. So it seems like it has merit. I don't think you're going to get the same kind of mass appeal as you would in Fortnite, but you certainly could have something very dynamic. Battleground style with no pre-made groups. Yeah, that's similar to World of Warcraft had that. Oh, you mean all kinds of battlegrounds, 10 versus 10, 15 versus 15. I like it. You know what I mean? I mean, people like to play with their friends, but it's tough to balance, right? So, I like that as well. I mean, one of the challenges with any PvP with Battlegrounds is getting enough people in the queue so people aren't waiting. So, in my opinion, if you're going to do Battlegrounds, you want to have the technology so you can launch it cross-server. That way, you're maximizing the amount of people who are going to queue and be able to play with each other. Star Wars, yeah, I only played that game shortly. I don't think I ever got into the PvP. Yeah, Balloon. I tried to do a stream a couple days ago. I downloaded Crusaders of Light and tried to just get into survival mode. I was able to, you know, re-get my characters back. Queued a couple times, but there was no games going on. So, again, I think that game was so pay to win. They went from hundreds of thousands of subscribers down to, I think, you know, more in the hundreds of the thousands. The whole game seemed empty. And it's a shame because it was a very, very complete MMO on a mobile. But I think they just had the wrong business model to make it sustained. And maybe not. Maybe in the time they had it up there, they made all their money back and then some, and that's why it's still running. And I'm sure they are still making money, otherwise it wouldn't be running, but their population has definitely dwindled. But you can look at videos online. Just go look up survival mode on Crusaders of Light. Spider or Spid. He's got some videos. Yeah, I thought it was a really... I'd play a game like that just on its own, solo, without anything else. Yeah, you're right, Balloon. Too many PvP options. Now, I typically don't like the idea of limiting what people can do. Like with stamina, or they can only run so many dungeons. But what you can do as you get more and more modes of PvP, and Crusaders of Light did this, you have certain modes open on certain days. So, you know, let's say you have a 3 versus 3 arena type PvP. You know, that's open on Mondays. And then you had a 15 versus 15 battleground. That's open on Tuesdays. You know, clan wars are on Wednesdays or Thursdays or whatever it is. You end up with not spreading the PvP community out too thin because there's only 1 or 2 modes of PvP available on a given day. Is a way to stop from that spread, I think. Again, every idea that's been out there right now, or every idea somebody has, there's probably a game that's done it, solved it in a good way, and it's just a matter of looking at all those different ways that developers have thought about stuff and bringing them together into one cohesive idea and game. Sure. I agree with that. Limited time PvP. You can just have, I mean, you can start real easy with just PvP zones, and that doesn't just mean a small arena. I mean, a whole zone where there's still content, there's still PvE content to go in there and be had, but when you enter it, you know there's a level of danger there, and then the rewards are higher. So you go in there and you get maybe 1.5 times experience, but you know somebody can come along and kill you. Or you can come along and kill somebody else, and maybe you get experience for killing them. But you don't make that mandatory. It's optional. And it's another way to experience the game. Yeah, Aaron, I agree. I think you can take this game at your own pace. What am I looking for? Collect. I've already done this quest twice. Why am I still doing this? I need to get north. Finish these. Finish this level. Overburdened, running like a turtle. Let's see. Ugh, almost midnight, guys. I gotta wrap this up, get to bed. No stream tomorrow. It's skiing night with my boys. I might equip that. The boys are 10 and 6, almost 7. It'll be 7 in 8 days. Got them skiing early. So we like to hit the slopes a couple times a week during the winter. During COVID, it's perfect because it's about the only thing you can go and do. Don't have to worry about it. So we'll be doing that. Sliver left of what? Oh, of experience, yeah. I get to talking and I'm not focused on the game, which is fine. It as long as I'm not dying, I don't care. But definitely not always optimized as far as what I'm doing, so I'm not paying that much attention. We're just gonna keep going north. Yeah, Western New York, about an hour and a half south of Buffalo. Noodles. How about yourself? I see you're in Western New York. Whereabouts? Always was funny when I was in the military and I'd tell people I was from New York, and they'd always, every single person, oh, the city? How'd you like the city? I had never been. I'm from New York State, man. It's a big state. Not everybody in New York State is from the city to have to tell people. I didn't go to New York City for the first time until I was, oh man, 30 years old, I think. Yeah, I think it was 30. I think my wife took me for my 30th birthday. We went to Yankee Stadium for the first time. The original Yankee Stadium before they tore it down. Okay. I'm from Jamestown. I don't know if you know Jamestown, about an hour and a half south of Buffalo. So we're pretty close. Yep. Problem is, everybody else in New York pays high taxes because of everybody in New York City. At the ice arena, or I guess it depends how old you are. If you're much older, then the ice arena. When I was a kid, the main ice arena wasn't a thing. But did you play at the ice arena downtown? Oh yeah, I am low health. Thank you. Okay. When I was a kid, there was an ice arena near Allen Park, which was where the hockey team playing. But now they have that really nice Jamestown Ice Arena downtown. Do you make it down for the comedy festivals at all? And have you been to the National Comedy Center down here since they opened it? If you haven't, it's quite an experience. It's worth the trip down to go to the National Comedy Festival or Center. Jamestown, for those that don't know, is known for Lucille Ball. So they opened up they created the National Comedy Center. which is like kind of like the Coopersburg of comedy, and it's this interactive, immersive experience that is pretty neat. And then every year we have the comedy festival, and they get all kinds of comedians that come down to the ice arena and perform. I've seen Seinfeld's been down here. Saw him, Jay Leno, Kevin James. Who's the Italian guy that was here last year and was hilarious? Well, not this last summer, of course. That was all canceled. Mascalo, man, Sebastian Mascalo, and I'm sure I'm butchering that name, but he was hilarious. Oh, I think that level might have saved me. Richard, if you're still watching, I don't know if you're still watching, but a potential bug we noticed is that the Slayer only gets... Once I got Doom, I went from receiving 400 hit points from a health potion down to 360. I'm going to go back to a city. Well, no, let's go north, and then we're going to spend some points and do some testing. And then try and wrap this up. Turn that quest in later. Yeah, Maniscalco. Yes, Noodles. I can't believe it's just too late. He's one of my favorites, man. That guy cracks me up. But you guys have seen that bug that potions don't give the max hit points to Slayers once they get Doom. It's good. That's been reported. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do, max out our stats, of course. So we ended up with 317 hit points. Not too bad considering I don't have great gear. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to go I'm going to go 3 levels, so that is giving me 9% extra damage absorption into my Doom tree. I should have done this one at a time. I don't know why I didn't. So I might have to do another one. But let's get a gate guard to attack us here. So he's doing 67 damage, 51 damage. And I'm taking 4, you see I'm taking 4 damage every, I think, 4 seconds. Now that time I took 7 damage, and that's probably because the amount of Doom I have. Now I'm taking 11 damage every 4 seconds, back to 4. Now if I use some of my Doom, well, I used potentially all of it, but this might be a little bit better of a test. See, I'm actually, so now you see, so 316, I'm actually definitely a bug, and I think Richard said it's a bug. I actually now get even less for my health potions than I did a minute ago. 9% less, I assume. If somebody wants to do that math. Oh, geez, look at the health. Oh, get some potions. You gotta watch it on the Slayer because you're done fighting a mob and you still got Doom stuff that's gonna take hit points off you. Alright, let's get to the side here. So no, what are you, computer just went and tried to stop attacking that guy. What's he doing? My guy will not stop attacking that dude. There. Oh, what's it like? Automatically attacking. What is he doing? That was wild. Is that because... See if that happens again. That was wild. He just kept running back and trying to attack that guy. So we were at 360. (9% is 32. So 360 minus 32.4 is 328. What are we getting for a heal? 316. Boy, I think I did it again. I feel like I got a... What's happening? I've got a stuck key or something. Something is going crazy. Oh man, what is going on? My game has gone bonkers. Yeah, that's it. Richard put in autoplay. I'm quitting. Quitting the game. Yeah, my character has gone completely mad. We'll see you, Luke. Alright, so my alright, so I have 12 points left. I'm not really interested in DPS because I really want to test the tanking. It cost me 3 more to go to level 4 there to get up to 12% damage. I'm at 19% total Doom absorption right now with the 10% you get before. I think I want to see what these do. Reduce Doom multiplier. So I don't know if I have enough potions. I'm gonna have to get on one of my other characters maybe tomorrow or something and get a ton more potions on this guy. You know, the more damage, the more Doom I have, the I just auto attack that guy again. Alright, so we're building up the Doom. We're taking 62, 55. Where are you going? What is happening? I'm gonna have to log out of the game and log back in and see if that fixes this, because this is craziness. My guy is just running off by himself. And I don't think I have a key stuck because I've put my cursor into like a notepad where if I had a key stuck, it would be spamming a key, like the F key or something, one of my bound keys. Alright, so I'm gonna attack this guy. He'll hit me hard. 132. I want you all to attack me. These guys follow you for a long way, too. Alright, don't heal me. Whoever's following me, don't heal me. I want to see Doom-wise. Oh. I guess I'm out of combat. I don't know, it's too hard to tell. It's too hard to tell without the Doom bar. So I think I'm not even going to spend these points. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until the update comes. When all this is more explained, we have the Doom bar, and then I can slowly add these skills and do a little experimentation to see what they actually do rather than having to level up another character. So I think I'm going to end it there. Looks like chat's died down. We're down to 9 players, but great conversation. You know, we got Richard, another dev, to jump on, answer a couple questions. Love that he was asking for feedback. You know, what we thought about the leveling pace. People were able to voice their opinions there. What we thought about class balance, I think he asked about. Talked about alternate advancement a lot more. He said he had passed that idea on to the developers. Talked about dungeon levels. You know, just knowing that developers are hearing the ideas of the community and spending the time to listen to these streams, see what the feedback is from the people watching, I think is a really good sign. For the naysayers who you know, are in Discord saying they don't communicate, you know, oh, you're good, Reckoning, don't worry. For you know, the people who, you know, say that they don't listen and they're not communicating, tell them to watch some streams and you know, get your input in that way. But I think they communicate pretty well for how small of a team they have and how much they have to get done. So good night, guys. This weekend, try and do the engineer and try to get to that comprehensive video of all classes with Luke and Don. So good night. We'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks.